بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد. This is part of our ongoing series called Meet the Community, and today I am honored to present, and I said it last time, but he's also one of my favorite students, Zaid Quadri. Many of you might know him. Mashallah, he was born and raised in Jersey, correct?
No, I was born in Los Angeles, California,
Oh,
but
okay.
I lived in New Jersey most of my life.
Okay, so we will say raised in New Jersey. Alhamdulillah. I've had the opportunity to teach him in multiple of different settings and different occasions. So I'm very pleased to have him as our guest today. So the first question that we have for you, Mr. Qadri, is what is it that you do?
Senior student at university, majoring in computer science. And yeah, that's about it. I don't work for now, so I'm just trying to focus on graduating.
Okay. And how long have you been in the MCNJ community?
Probably, let's see, it's 2020. Probably over 14 years.
MashaAllah. Wow. So you were here before the masjid?
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
I was here in the early days, like when they first bought the building.
Okay.
When I came, yeah.
Okay, mashallah. And
Yeah.
what are different ways that you've contributed? Because the thing is, like, since you were here, so when you were so young up until now, I'm sure that there are programs that you were part of. But what are some things that you actually do and take part in now, like in the past or now?
I mean, so in the past, I was just mostly, following whatever they wanted me to do. It's mostly manual labor. Sometimes, set up here, help out here, there. I mean, what else are you gonna ask from like a young kid, right? But as I grew up, I think they wanted me to sort of like step in with the youth, and I mean, YM was already here anyway, so I was, uh, I was just mostly, coordinating with the masjid. I was like the medium between YM and the masjid for a little while.
Hmm.
So if YM needed support from the masjid for something, they would go through me. I would talk to the masjid, and vice versa. If the masjid needs something from YM, they could talk to me, and I would relay the information over to like the coordinator or whatever. Um, and yeah, I mean, anytime there's some events or whatnot, that I'm always down to help.
Okay, I mean
So yeah.
that's in terms of you volunteering. What about programs that you've actually been a part of? So did you attend, like, for example, the Sunday school or the Maktab program or other programs that were happening in the masjid?
Yeah, so when I was younger, I was part of the Quran program.
Okay.
We didn't have maktab back then, so we just study Quran under Qari Faqat.
Hmm.
And I did that for a few years, and I was also in Sunday school for a few years. Graduated from Sunday school, MCNJ Sunday school. I
Okay.
think I got into Sunday school when I was in like first grade, second grade, and I think they graduated in ninth grade back then, or 10th grade. Yeah, they used to always keeping adding years, so we never got out. But
You're still technically part of something.
yeah, I might still be there. My name's probably not.
It's like been absent for 2 years, 3 years now.
Yeah, that's how it goes. But yeah, I think I volunteered in Sunday school for a little bit, and then life got in the way. But I think me and some other YM guys are thinking about stepping in Sunday school again,
Okay.
and like offering like a halakha, like before they're YM age
Mhm.
ready,
Yeah.
sort of like have some halakas and whatnot.
So like YM recruitment halakas.
Basically, if you want to think about it like that.
So what are some things that you enjoy doing in your free time?
Free time, video games,
League.
watching, yeah, League of Legends, hanging out with friends, whatnot. I used to like playing basketball, but then most of my friends are better than me now, so it's not usually fun. Yeah, and I do some programming on the side every now and then if I come up with some cool idea. But yeah.
So you've actually been part of the community for a really long time. You've seen different programs. You've actually been in a position where you have to deal with the bureaucracy in the masjid, and you have to deal with some of the youth, and you're kind of stuck in the middle with some of those things. and you've seen the masjid grow, right? And you've seen the different programs flourish, and you've seen different programs start. What are some things that you would like to see in the community moving forward?
That's a good question. I
Or
think,
here, let's maybe to phrase the question in a different way. What are some things that you felt were lacking as you were growing up that might have filled that void now, or you still feel that that void is still there and it hasn't been filled yet?
okay, so when I was growing up, I was really young when I first started coming to the masjid. And I didn't really have anyone to talk to. There wasn't even an imam back then, right? So
Mhm.
uh, it was either just me and my friends. We would come to the masjid every now and then, basically, right? And we talked to each other only. We didn't know anyone else, and there was no one making an effort to talk to us, and we weren't making an effort to talk to anyone else. So there was definitely that, right? It was just like youth or something else. There's a separate entity, and like the elders were a separate entity, right? They never mixed or got along or anything like that.
So like the first generation and the immigrants.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
exactly. But ever since I'd say YM started coming to this masjid, then we started having more youth come in, right? And so coming to the masjid became more regular instead of just coming for an event, right? So once we start coming to the masjid more naturally, we're gonna start feeling more part of the masjid instead of just like we're youth just coming to a building to pray, right? We're
Mm.
part of like the events. We're like we're aware of what's going on with the board and whatnot, and kind of like plans the masjid will have for the future, right? And then once we had Imam Asif and then now you, I think we have plenty of youth events. We also have YM benefits for a lot from you guys, and hopefully we're trying to come up with ways where the youth could also benefit the masjid. I don't think we've been talking about this stuff for a long time. I don't think we've come to like a concrete idea of what we should be doing, besides like the weekly halakha.
Mm.
Mm, But as far as like what I'd like to see, maybe like I mean, we already have SC2 now, right? So I don't know if we want to have any more like formal topic discussions.
So the thing is, a lot of the stuff that you were talking about, and I don't mean to cut you off at all, it seems like you feel that a lot of the religious programming is good and it's in place,
Yeah, yeah,
right? So
definitely.
so the only thing that's missing then, and that the masjid can actually help in, is like social programming.
Yeah, I think so.
So like, what are
Maybe
some?
one thing for the religious program that I would
uh,
like to see is I wish there was like a series on developing like good character.
Okay,
Because I know that's not one thing where you can just have like a discussion on, like, or one khutbah or one lecture
yeah,
on. It's something
absolutely.
that you have to talk in detail. Not only that, it's like one way to learn characters is by actually seeing people with good character, right? It's not
Hmm.
just learning it from textbook. So yeah, some way where we could teach that, I think, is a good idea.
Okay. Mm. So all right, that's fine. I mean, we could always introduce that program, and I think that's really easy to do. I even have some people from outside who'd be willing to do something like that. But and that's good for the religious side. What about the social side? Because not all educational programs or religiously, educational programs is going to be attractive to everyone, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So what are some things that we can do that we can attract the people to the masjid? Like, what kind of social programs do you think will be attractive to, maybe not like the youth might be one group, the sisters, and even amongst them, there's youth and there's elder. That might be another group. So what do you think, or what are some different things that we can do to kind of cater to them or to attract them to the masjid?
Basketball tournament, volleyball tournament, um, masjid barbecues, or some events where we as a community get together and do something fun, like I'm saying, like barbecue. But I mean, we
Yeah.
already do that, so we could do something else. Maybe go to a park and,
Hmm.
well, I don't know. We maybe set up some bake sales in the masjid or something where the sisters like all
Okay.
bake something, and
Yeah.
yeah, or like a baking
Be-
competition or
be-
something. Yeah, no, I don't
Yeah,
know.
because only sisters bake, right? That's their
Yeah.
job.
Hey, actually, I'm pretty good baker too. Hey, I saw I said sports in the beginning, but then you were like, well, make
No,
sure
no,
sisters are included
no,
too.
no.
So
So I'm saying, like, all
actually,
this
that's what
stuff.
volleyball, like sisters can play volleyball too.
Yeah, no,
So
I mean, the thing is, I'm completely fine with all this stuff. I'm just wondering, what has caused us to either delay or not do this up until this point? Like, why haven't we done it yet?
Someone has to be the initiator.
Uh,
So yeah, and then they have to like stick with it. And
no, I mean, but the thing is, even somebody who initiates it, like for example,
uh-huh.
there are a number of programs that are under my direction, but I really don't have a lot of say in them. Meaning that I help them kind of set it up, and then I'll step in every once in a while to see what help they need. But they're doing it pretty independently, and sometimes they have their own team of people who are helping and supporting them. So I think the problem we have a lot of times is having this understanding of what is the initiator, like what is his job and what is his role, and we think that okay, he's the person that needs to do everything right from A to Z, but
Hmm.
I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. I think sometimes he can do A and B, and then C, D, E, and F. A third person can do, and then etc. And they can kind of split those responsibilities and duties between a group of people instead of one person just kind of doing everything.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we just need someone to get the start, get the work started, and have
And,
some people behind him as well, her
or,
helping out.
or I was gonna say in this case, literally get the ball rolling.
Yes, literally.
So
Very good.
I mean, the thing is, we can start looking into that. Even the masjid will be willing out to give like prizes and stuff. And I mean, obviously, Ramadan is not going to be a good time, and especially during quarantine, it's not going to be a good time at all. But these are some things that we can start thinking about on how we want to initiate them, inshallah, after the pandemic passes. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so inshallah, maybe we can sit down, we can have a meeting, and we can talk about how to move things forward and get a group of people who would be interested. What do you think?
Very good. Very good. I'm down.
Class. That's it, man. That's done. I'm adding that to the checklist, inshallah.
All right.
All right, I have one last question.
Sure.
All right, and I'm not trying to trap you. Promise.
Oh man.
Who would you like to see interviewed next?
Who would I like to see interviewed next? Budget.
Bajid?
Yes.
Bajid it is. I'm
All
writing him
right.
down. Now, I promise this to everyone. I will reach out to him and I will ask him, but I cannot force him to say yes.
Oh, okay.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
So I will make an effort.
Sure.
I promise. I promise I
Okay.
will make an effort, inshallah. All right. Akhi, jazakallah khair. It was really nice talking to you. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless you in your studies and whatever path you take, may He continue to bless you and your family. But jazakallah khair wa baraka feek.
Alaikum.
All right. And for all of you who are listening, please remember to like, subscribe, and to donate generously. I will place the links below, inshallah. So, jazakumullah khair. Wallahu a'lam wa sallallahu ala khairi khalqin nabina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam.
All right.